apples in my teeth? I hope not. I just had a bomb apple because nourishment, fruits, veg.
I like my coffee black, wife too. Don't turn this into no controversy, it's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off at times too.
Amfam, what is up? It's been a minute. We are going to get ready. I'm going to chit chat. I'm actually getting ready for my first day back into the salon. Let's get into it. If you saw Thursday's vlog, you already know I am opening a beauty bar studio, and wow. So y'all know I'm an iPad kid. I got my notes, hang tight. I thought I was prepared, but maybe I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. It's okay though, because in 2024, we're prepared. We're getting prepared, because when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Amen, amen. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. We had Miss Rona in the crib last week, so I feel fine. I feel better. It's just like that last residual situation going down. Yeah, like you hear low in there coughing. That last residge. All right, so I'm gonna just go down the list. First of all, thank you so much for all of the love and support. All product sheets will be down below in the description bar. Where will all the products be? Where? There's always going to be somebody. I don't mind answering your questions. I don't. I hate rhetorical questions. It's down there. Now, if I happen to forget something, ask me. But all products are in the where? Description box. Let's get into it. Burnout. This look is not going to be anything innovative. I have not worn foundation since Thanksgiving. So that video where I posted saying that I feel like Andre 3000 when it comes to makeup tutorials and reviews, I haven't worn foundation since then, and I've just been loving my face without it. But anywho, that's a whole nother conversation. Okay, so in December I crashed. I crashed bad, and I crashed big, and I crashed hard. Burnout ain't nothing to play around with. I have never felt so horrible in my life. And it's so interesting because I knew, I guess I could feel it coming, or no, it was the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit had already told me, hey, you need to get somewhere and sit down. And of course I didn't listen, and I crashed. The panic attacks, the anxiety, the tears, the lethargy of it all, the blacking out, not being able to form sentences, the migraine. I had a migraine for 9 days straight. And I learned a lot during that, because I am never putting myself through that ever again. Like, even now with me going back into the salon, I already have my boundaries. I've got already things just laid out to prevent me from burning out, because it's still a slow girl era. It's still isolation era. And I know people are probably thinking, oh, well, you're going back into the salon, you're about to, because I know exactly what not to do. All the things that I was doing prior to how I was living, how I was operating and running business, and no, we cannot, and we will not. Thou shalt not do that. So that was a massive eye-opening experience for me. And one of the main reasons why I'm still going slow is because I understand that I am still healing from that. And with healing from that, first of all, I had to rest. I definitely rested a lot. And so now I'm finally to the point where I feel actually alive, and not just like ding dong, lights on but nobody home type vibe, you know? But now I am working on the mind aspect of it, like setting boundaries and shutting my mind off by a certain time, because I realize now I do start to get and feel overwhelmed if I've just been going and going and going. Like, I find that I have to take more breaks throughout the day, and you know what? That is fine. That is fine. So I am listening to my body. I don't care what is on my calendar. If I'm starting to feel off, or feel like something's not right, or feeling, just getting those symptoms, because the thing is, the symptoms are always there. I just ignored them and pushed through. It just got to the point where this time, sis couldn't push through. So that was that. And then one of the things for me when I stepped away from my salon in the first place was my body. So you're probably thinking, hey, well, you know, your body was a thing. Yeah, and it was. It was my body, it was my mental, it was my physical, because then, of course, I couldn't see it then because I was in it and I didn't have the language to truly describe how I was feeling or even realize what it was, but I was burnt out then. And of course, with my body, I actually went to the chiropractor yesterday for another scan. So I've been going to the chiropractor every week since then. When I first started off, probably like the first 8 months, I was going 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, I was going every 2 weeks to get adjusted. Shout out to Greater Life Chiropractic in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dr. Grant is amazing. And I have arthritis in my neck, which is why I had the whole, pain, and then scoliosis. I had 2 curves in my spine, had no clue about that. And honestly, taking that time away from the salon was probably one of the best things I have ever done. Now, those things are not reversible. They are still there, but how I am, combating that is, of course, chiropractor, getting body work. I gotta get in to see my girl Erica, Nourish Skincare and Massage. If you're in Charlotte area, go check her out. She's amazing as well. And my work schedule, I'm not turning and burning how I used to. I'm not working 6 days a week. I have structured my business this go around in a way that works for me physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I'm not going to be working in the salon 6 days a week, 8 hours. No, we're not doing that. And of course, because I am starting all over from scratch, that is what I know to do. But this time, God is truly in the center of this. He's in the middle of it. He is the CEO of this. So therefore, I'm not worried about it. He gonna bring me the clients. It's gonna be slow. But here's the thing. No matter how long, like I've been in the beauty industry for 11 years. Even when I was in my other spaces, January and February are always slow. You know what I mean? So these are things that I already know. Like the things I used to freak out about prior to, I know now. And that has been something that has brought me so much peace, is that this time is going to be so much different just from the simple fact that I know what to do. I know what to do. I was so hard on myself for all the mistakes that I made. And I'm like, hey, you had to go through all of that because now you know what to do, you know what not to do. And then in the future, I plan on helping other new people in the beauty industry to save them, because I know for me, I wasn't educated on a lot of these business things. For me, I was that person where I was like, oh, I don't want to do the business. I just want to be the artist. I just want to be the creative. And guess what? That was not good, because I ended up making a lot of mistakes, things that I didn't realize I was doing, just with my business, how it was structured, taxes, all of that stuff. And so now I'm like, whoop, okay, the more you know, the more you freaking know. But it's okay, because we live and we learn.
What'd you get your tiny eyes? Okay, leave it.
Love you. So you're probably thinking, how did you come to this decision? Over the summer, I'll never forget it, I was getting ready for a show. And I think I just came across a lot of my salon stuff. And I can tell you that for a minute, I had been feeling like something was missing. I just couldn't put my finger on it. Remember when I made that video and God was talking to me? And that's the thing. It's so funny because yesterday when I was running errands, a Joel Osteen sermon popped up, and it was talking about listening to God and how some people think that God's voice is this huge audible voice like Mufasa from the Lion King, and when he speaks it's thunder and it's loud and it's no, God don't work like that. God be speaking to us and we don't even be realizing it. It's a soft whisper. Like I know for me, when my thoughts just get completely interrupted out of nowhere, I'm like, and it's something that I wasn't even thinking of, I know that it's God. And remember in that video, and God was like, put it down. I thought he meant like put makeup artistry and beauty down altogether. That's not what he meant. The whole put it down, now I'm realizing, was put it down, I got it. You just create. Focus on creating. put down everything else. Just create, and I'm going to make all of that happen for you. Of course, now sometimes when God speaks, we misinterpret it, you know, and it's okay, it happens. But over the summer, I just had this huge urge that something is missing, something is missing. And I also had that urge, like right before my pro debut, that something big was going to happen. I just didn't know who, what, when, where, or how. So when I started having that feeling, and then I just kind of started asking myself, okay, well, let's unpack this. Let's figure out what it is. And I slowly came to terms with the fact that I know what's missing. I miss salon. I miss the structure. Like, I'm a service provider. I don't, that's what I do. That's what I like. That's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about. I love making people feel beautiful. And listen to how I said, feel beautiful. I didn't say I love making people look beautiful, because the thing is, your looks can be here today, gone tomorrow. We can do a look and you can forget about it. But there's just something so special about making someone feel a specific way. Like, I understand that is my God-given talent. I understand that God blessed me with the ability to make people feel good in my gift, which is doing hair and makeup, and my words, the words that I speak. I understand that I am very good at making people feel good. And when I was in college, I used to kind of abuse that, especially when dealing with these knucklehead boys, because I didn't trust boys. I knew they was going to play me anyway. So I judge me kindly, but I don't abuse it anymore. I stopped doing that a long time ago, because that was a very dangerous game. But I understand that I have the ability to make people feel good, and I don't take that for granted. And I love using that, regardless if I'm just talking to someone, pouring into someone, doing someone's hair and makeup. I love it. And so when I realized what was missing, I was like, oh. And so I had kind of started like diddle daddling with the thought of maybe going back, but I told myself, no, you can't go back. That chapter is closed. It's over and done. You've already done it. You don't go back to things that are finished, you know, just all the crazy things that we tell ourselves. And I just kind of left it alone. You know, I was sad, but I was like, okay, because this whole time I've been really struggling trying to figure out, what am I doing? Like, I've done a bunch of different things. And one thing about me is I'm not afraid to try things to see what works, because how else are you going to learn? You don't know until you try. So never be afraid to try. And if it doesn't work, just look at it like market research. Hey, I tried this. It didn't work. It wasn't for me. I didn't like X, Y, and Z. Like, I tried the whole retail space situation, you know, in cosmetics. I thought I would love that. Not for me. Not for me. And I would have never known had I not tried. And I'm still very grateful for that experience, because that experience forced me to have to understand beauty from a business standpoint. Now, it's retail, but I can see how a lot of those same rules can apply to running a beauty service business. So I'm still very grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the people that I've met. I love, love, love my managers. Like, we're still cool to this day, everyone that I've worked with, but just like the whole retail thing. And I encourage you, especially if you are a beauty girl, I feel like everyone should work in retail at some point. For me, I didn't do it until in my mid-30s. I know most people do it early on, but I'm so glad I got that experience, because if you can do that, you can do anything. And I could honestly say, had I had not already had my 11 years of working in salon experience and I went into retail, I probably would have never made it, because it's like the freaking Hunger Games. So yeah, over the summer, I just realized I was feeling super incomplete. Just not, something not right. Something's not right. That's how I was feeling. And so then it just kind of led me to start thinking about a time when I was happy, a time when I was thriving, a time when I was content. And when I really thought about that, it was when I was in salon doing services. And here's the thing, I love stage glam. I am still going to do stage glam, because those are my people. Those are my girls. I love that. Stage glam is not something that is lucrative, because it's not every single weekend. Now, if it was a situation where I was doing it every single weekend, then it'd be a different story, but it's not every weekend. And honestly, I want something else that I can do within the beauty space during the week as well. And just like, I had also realized something that's really, really big for me is the structure aspect. I need structure. I hadn't had true structure since I had stepped away from the salon, and it affected me big time, big time. Working in retail, there is no structure, meaning every week is different. I don't like that. Every week I work different days, I work different hours. Not a fan. Not a fan of that, because it just makes it really hard for me to just get in the groove. And also, I missed making my own schedule. Now, here's the thing. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Because I know at one point it was, get him to buy you an LLC. Well, you jackass, you don't even understand what comes with it, because there are pros and cons to both. And there is nothing wrong either if you just want to go somewhere and clock in. And not just clock in, if you want to go somewhere and clock in, because every business owner needs people to clock in, because you can't do it by yourself, which is something else I've realized. And that was another downfall of me trying to do everything on my own. I got help this time. I got Katie back. I've already got plans for 2 years for other things that I want to do. I've already started gathering help for that. So it's not little business no more. It's big business. So the main things are definitely, doing things differently, going ahead and setting those boundaries, setting the groundwork of how I want to work, implementing my downtime, and honoring my downtime. That was always something that I had a hard time doing, implementing my downtime. And what would happen is I would say, okay, this is my me day. And then something would come up where, oh, well, let me fit a client in, or someone needs my help, or, oh, shoot, I need to go do this. And it's like, no, you cannot pour from an empty cup. I don't know how many times I've said that. And it's so funny how we can say things. We say things all the time, but yet when we say those things, we don't realize that we need to say them to ourselves and apply it to our own lives. Like, how asinine is that? You out here saying this, saying that, but yet you're not even doing the very thing that you're telling everyone else you need to do. You're a hypocrite. Hypocrisy at its finest. But on the other hand of that, we're all hypocrites. You know what I mean? So it happens. It's so much easier to tell other people what they need to do. But when it comes to you and your ish, sometimes it's a little bit, it's harder. It's harder to fix your own problems sometimes, So we're not turning and burning. We're not burning ourselves out. We are going to bed at a decent time. We are logging off my social media time, 30 minutes a day. That's it. Pop on, you know what I mean? Post what I need to post and jump off. Because when I started doing that, I could also see a lot of improvements just in my mental clarity. My brain's not clouded. Because I know for me, if my brain is clouded, if everything is too loud, I can't hear God properly. And that's when my life starts to get dicey. Like clockwork, every single time. Every single time. So I understand for me, I need to make sure that I have my downtime, I have quiet time, but most importantly, I have to hear God. Have to hear God, and that's going to be different for everybody. I can't sit here and tell you how to hear God. I only know how God works for me, because we're all different. So he's probably talking to you, but if your life is very loud right now, you're probably missing it, fam. You are probably missing it. Man, I haven't done makeup in a minute. Is that even, Jesus? I think it's even. Oh well, it's just brown eyeshadow. No one's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. And then this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion to the hardcore girlies, but I'm not a hardcore girly. Prep is on hold until further notice, because I realized the other day I need a break from bodybuilding. I do. You have to understand, I have been at it and going hard at it. This spring will be 5 years. And my last prep, when I tell you I gave that last prep everything I had in the tank, baby, I gave it everything. Not to mention, when I started that prep with not much in the tank. So, starting with not much in the tank and then giving it all you got to the point where you're riding on fumes, yeah, sis needs a break. Sis needs a break. Now let me make something very clear. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. I don't regret it one bit, and I wouldn't have done it any other way because it needs to happen that way. And I learned so much about myself. I'm not mad at bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. I'm still bodybuilding. I'm still a pro. I will be back on stage. Just, I don't know when. But I had to come to a revelation where, yo, I need a break from this because it's a lot. It is a lot. And, you know, it's unfortunate that I had to crash in order for me to realize this. However, it has been nice to step away, to not be so rigid, to not be so focused on, okay, what I gotta push today in the gym? Oh, what are my macros? I'm living my life. I'm intuitively eating. I'm still eating my foods. I'm just not tracking it. I'm not worried about PRs and growing. And I'm living a healthy lifestyle. And I really didn't notice how badly I needed this break until probably about 3 or 2 weeks ago. And there's nothing wrong with taking a break. And I think sometimes when people think about taking a break, especially from like bodybuilding, understand that nourishment and health and healthy eating habits and going to the gym, that is a lifestyle. I am not stopping my healthy lifestyle. I don't know anything outside of that. What I'm saying is the bodybuilder brain, just switching that off for a moment and focus on other things, because you can be out here pushing weights, having the best physique, but if in here and in your heart ain't right, what good is it? I knew if I were to try to carry on prep, first of all, would have been hellacious because my body, like I'm still inflamed just from all the stress. When I got my scan at the chiropractor, they said that my body is in fight and flight mode right now, and I'm just water from COVID, like all the things. So body-wise, now is not the time to do so. But I realized in order for me to have the best season of my life, I need to sit my ass down somewhere. I need to turn off for a moment. I need to disconnect. And I know that is an unpopular opinion in the bodybuilding world, but guess what? I don't give a shit. I know me. First of all, I'm secure with myself. I'm not a stage whore to where I feel like I need to be on stage all the time. Or, oh, if I'm not competing, I'm not relevant. No, damn that. If you F with me, you do. And if you don't, you don't. Because my thing is, my true people ride for me regardless if I'm stage lean or not. If you only here because you like me when I'm stage lean, get off my channel, exit stage left. I don't care if that means I would have no one watching my content. I don't want those type of people because those aren't my people. My people ride for me when I'm doing stuff just like this, not when I'm on stage in a bikini. And that's that, you know. So if you were someone, I personally feel if you're someone who only feels good when you are stage lean, or you only feel relevant when you are stage lean, then I feel like you might need to go lay down on someone's sofa and talk about it, because your mind's not healthy, sis. And I mean that coming from a place of love. Like, I'm not even being funny. Like, you've got some things you need to get sorted out. And I also understand that a lot of the reasons why my mindset is what it is, I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. I'm secure. Can't nobody tell me nothing about me. I'm popping on and off the stage. So when you have that confidence about yourself, and that's not being cocky, there's a difference between being cocky and confident. No, I'm confident. I'm popping on stage. I'm popping off stage. Like, either way, because I know I'm a good person. So I don't worry about that. I don't need the stage to validate me. You feel me? So for right now, bodybuilding, I am taking a break, just simply because I had to, just mentally, emotionally. And then I also understand that for me to have the best season of my life, I need to get my finances in order, you know? Like, we're still working through that right now. So I didn't realize how much I gave my last prep until recently. And it completely makes sense as to why I need the break for a moment. So I'm gonna finish up, do my little brows, and then, oh, just dropped my brow pin in the toilet. Okay, thankfully the top wasn't off. If the top was off, then we would have had to dispose of this. I'm gonna finish getting ready, show y'all the look, and then we gonna go to the salon for a little bit. I meant to use this because I need to test it out before I put it in my kit, but it's the Easy Bake Peach Pie. It's the new shade because y'all know I like the other ones. I like the, well, I like pressed powder over loose powder. I hate loose powder. It's not a particular brand. I just hate how messy it is. So when I saw that Huda had the pressed ones, I have Cinnamon Bun and Cherry Blossom. This one is for deep dark skin because you know how the Cherry Blossom is for like light to fair skin. So we'll try this another day. But I can't put it in my kit until I try it on me first, because that's just how I do things. Alrighty, for lunch I am having ground beef. You can't see it, it's on the bottom there, with some jasmine rice, kale, avocado, and some sugar-free barbecue sauce. Business 101, something I am being super intentional about. If this is boring to you, I'm not really sorry, because this is part of my life. I do vlogs, I vlog my life. It is what it is. But something I need to be intentional about is making sure that I am keeping track of everything that I buy that is business related. I typically always do really good at the beginning of the year, right? Because I'm not buying a lot, and then as soon as the year gets going, I get busy, I lose track of everything. So I know there's different programs, there's different things X, Y, and Z you can use. Honestly, what I really want, because one of my goals is just finances this year, to really get a hold of my finances. Unfortunately, due to, you know, being out of work and just things being in limbo, I have credit card debt again, which I am not happy about. However, it happens, it is what it is. So I'm really trying to make sure that I attack that. I've got things that I really want to get paid off. Right now my focus is get out of debt, and then once I'm out of debt, then I can focus on the bigger picture, like financial goals. But as far as like business, making sure that I'm always keeping things separated, because I do get busy. I get lazy sometimes, okay? I'm putting all my ish out there. I get lazy where I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll just use my personal credit card for this, or I'll just use my personal debit card for it, whatever, it's fine. And then what happens is everything gets all mixed up. If you have a business, and I don't like the whole small business, because that's something that I used to say, oh, I just have a small business, or oh, I'm just a makeup artist, or even going back into my studio space, I said, oh no, well, it's just a small studio space in Solo Salon. No, it's my space, it's my studio, it's my business, and we're talking big business. So being intentional about making sure that I am separating all of my business fees from my business to my personal. Like I have my business checking and I have my personal checking and savings, X, Y, and Z. So these are things that I know. These are things that I know, but these are things that I need to be better about. So I needed some products for a client today, and my timing, of course, the thing is, I meant to get it yesterday, but I honestly forgot, and the store doesn't open until 10 o'clock, so therefore I had to use Instacart. Now with that, it's convenience. I'm a convenience girly. However, there's an Instacart for business. I didn't know that. So now what I'm going to do is set up Instacart for my business. So therefore, if I'm ever in a pickle again where there's something I need, if I need more water, if I need, you know, like more makeup sponges or shampoo or something like that, where I can just have it Instacarted to my studio, I can still work and I can have it all within my Instacart business account. So anywho, right now I am going to work, but I'm going to swing into my favorite coffee shop because I'm done giving Starbucks my money. Like, I don't utilize Starbucks a lot anyway. Like, I can honestly probably count on one hand how many times I use Starbucks within a 5-month time frame. In fact, the only time I ever do utilize Starbucks is when I am out working shows, and if it is the only, well, okay, I won't say on one hand because obviously I work a lot of shows, but I try to avoid using a Starbucks at all costs. However, there are some situations where if it's the only thing available and I need some coffee, okay, but it's been super easy because I have been off of caffeine, especially with my anxiety. I haven't had any of my Delta 8 gummies, like my THC gummies. I haven't had those in almost, I know it's been at least 5 months now, just simply because I'm pretty sure what had happened was I had got the wrong strand. It was not my normal stuff, and it made me feel a way that I did not like. So I was like, you know what? I'm cutting this out. And yes, it was helping me sleep. However, I just got to the point, because that's why I was utilizing it, I got to the point where I didn't want to have to rely on something to turn my brain off and make me go to sleep. So I stopped taking it, and I felt better. Like, I felt more energized, because the thing with it is, if I didn't take it at the right time, then I would wake up kind of groggy in the morning and just kind of meh. So I haven't had that. And then tapering down caffeine. I've always been sensitive to caffeine anyway, so if I do caffeine, I'll just do tea, or honestly, I've just been doing decaf coffee and decaf tea, and I'm good to go. So going to Madison Perk. If you were in the South Charlotte area, Madison Perk off of Seneca is their tea. Their chai tea is amazing. Amazing. Something else I like to do, I like to listen to this podcast called The Word Before Work. So for all my believers and Christ followers out there, it's good. And they're normally like 5 minutes long. So something quick, get your word in. I just realized I forgot to show y'all the look. The lighting is bad, but it's very basic. I've been loving this Clinique Black Honey Lip Gloss, not the moisturizing stick. I don't like that one. I like the gloss better. So yeah, I'll show y'all when I get inside. Here we are. Here's my hair. You guys, my hair's grown out so much. I don't even, whatever. I don't look my best, but it is what it is. Okay, so here's my kit. And I'm leaving a good chunk of like my core products in here, just simply because it's going to be easier for me whenever I do have to travel for stage climb and whatnot. If I have to constantly put everything back in here, I'll forget something. But these are like my main core products. And I did a little reorganizing. Like, I got all my bronzers in all my bronzers in here, because in the other one that I had it in like this, the book, everything kept cracking, so I had to switch that. All my contours are in here, but the issue is my Huda Light broke, and Huda Light is my absolute favorite bronzer for very, very fair skin. It is the only bronzer I've found for fair skin that doesn't pull orange, and I'm gonna need this today. So thankfully I have like these little, I just got these from Amazon. Please excuse my ashy dry hands, y'all. Like, I was cleaning, got bleach all over my hands. However, I'm just gonna depot it in here and break it down so that way I can repair it, because yeah, no, I'm not buying another one. Instacart order secured. So what I needed was some more Huda Beauty foundation, and then I got my last LYS bronzer stick. I have Worthy in my kit already, and then I got Courage in tan, Harmony in medium, Motivate in light, and then I just need Strength. Strength has been sold out forever, so as soon as I can find that, these are the most pigmented things in the world. Oh my God, so yeah, new goodies. Day in my new studio, starting it off with my lovely client Karina. So this is so special because when I first started doing hair 11 years ago, Karina was one of the first clients I was ever able to retain. So we have a very long history, and I understand that due to me not being in the same area that I once was, obviously, you know, all clients aren't going to come back, which I totally understand, but the fact that she came and she is still sticking with me, it just warmed my heart, and honestly, it just gave me so much hope and confidence as I rebuild my beauty business. So just wanted to share that with you guys because it's amazing, she's amazing, and I'm so grateful. Extreme gratitude. Happy All right, fam. That's it. Thank you for getting ready with me and coming to work with me on my first day at my beauty bar. This is just the beginning of many more videos to come. Of course, what content do y'all want to see? I have so many ideas because I just want to help y'all. I want y'all to know like what's the best hair care routine, the best makeup for your skin type, like all those type of things. That is what I love. I love the education aspect of beauty and just helping people, especially now that I have my space back. Like we're really going to be doing a deep dive. I am feeling recharged. I'm feeling re-energized. I'm just ready. I feel like me for the first time in a long time, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for following me along this journey. Y'all, come along. Let's do this. If this does not motivate you to cast one more net, then damn it, I don't know what will.